Real quick video, Israel. Real quick video. I guess this went viral, and I'm not going to spend that much time on it, but you know how celebrities get down. And this is a hashtag I hate celebrities. It was an incident with basically a man's wife, as you see to the left. I guess it's really her. You see how she's dressed already. She gets on stage, Chris Brown, and he dry humps her. I guess that's the term that they use. And her husband saw it, and he wants a divorce, and I guess he put her things out on the curb and all that. This woman is reacting to it, but I'm gonna play a little bit. They blur it out, so. And then the other women that talked to her about that experience asked her, what did he smell like? What was it like and all that? Same women that probably got husbands. And he does this to several women and those several women got husbands. I guess he goes all over the world doing this. Most High gonna destroy his ass. And the women. And all that. That's why missiles need to come soon. Our people, and what did it say? They don't have no shame, man. And she's probably like saying, what's the big deal? It's Chris Brown. It was just a performance. He, I'm not married to him. I'm married to you. Talking to her husband or something like that. This is why. And that's why the missiles are coming, because the Most High, he had mercy on Israel and had the door of mercy open. It's closing now. But, Israel, like we complaining about back then, how they were getting put to death, and, they wanted to, Moses was too hard on them and all that. The laws were grievous to them. And Most High is the kind of father that just, hey, you ask, he give it to you. You want to be left alone, he'll kick your ass out of his sight and let you follow these other gods if that's your desire. It says, Leviticus 20:10, and the man that committeth adultery with another man's wife, even he that committeth adultery with his neighbor's wife, the adultery and the adulteress shall surely be put to death. Because you'll have a woman in that case that claim she'll play the role and act like she'll say the man took advantage of her, or she'll say he kind of forced me to do it, or I just broke up with. She do the sob story thing, and everybody's supposed to come running and feel sorry for her and being like, look at the man like, damn, what'd you do to her? That's not the case. That wasn't the case back then. Your ass get put to death, even if you're a woman. And it applies today too. This judgment coming, the missiles are gonna hit women and children too, just as well as men. But it's not only him. It's not only Chris Brown. It's all these devils in the industry. All these celebrity men, women, and the young children even growing up under them. They all, have a dedication to these patterns of behavior. These acts of That's what they do. And that's totally disrespect to the man. Some men like it. You know what I'm saying? Here's another case where the, Trula King, he brings it out. He's a comedian. As soon as I saw the picture, I knew. And this woman, she was fired for stripping while off duty. In a strip club. And I looked that up. I just put cop fired for stripping. Several notable incidents involve police officers facing termination or disciplinary action related to stripping or strip clubs. These cases typically stem off from off-duty conduct violation, inappropriate associations, or involvement in illicit activities during undercover operations. New York PD Detective Melissa Mercado, a sex crimes investigator, was removed from active cases and reassigned after appearing as a pole dancing stripper in a viral music video. That's what it was. She was in a rapper's music video stripping. Her off-duty extracurriculars sparked an internal review by the department. Winter Park, Officer Carlos, so it's men too that do it, but pointing out the fact that, and America's corruption anyway. This is all America. This will never end until the missiles actually do come in as a righteous order set up on the earth with righteous men. And Israel is just gone. Israel is gone. It's over for Israel. There ain't no coming back for the 2/3. They don't understand judgment. They don't understand rebuke. They don't understand the commandments. They don't understand why they have to follow any commandments or have to worship any God that requires you to behave and conduct yourself in a righteous manner. That's all done for them. And this woman, she got off stage. Now she's going back to her. She's a pretty woman, of course. And if you're a weak man, you take it back. And I guess that's her husband right there. And he does this with all kind of women. And they got a term called "steal your man." Usher does the same thing. Chris Brown warns married. What it says. Chris Brown warns married women before bringing them on stage. So the hell what? Because you're not supposed to even deal with just because you warn them, but you still take them on stage just because they were warned. And they're gonna say no. I heard she spent $20,000 to get into the VIP, but they're gonna say, because he's a star, he's a celebrity. He always have his these celebrities always have their damn shirts off, man. And the women do it too. Who is that? Beyonce be doing that. Kelly Rowland be doing that. Who was that other one? Janet Jackson, especially, that harlot, be doing that. And these women back then, when they started young, I used to like them. I didn't see nothing wrong with their spirit because they was doing the music. But, it was just, I guess, people looked at it for entertainment for what it was. But it's more than entertainment. These damn people worship Satan, man. And they're evil and wicked as hell. And they're rebellious. And they hate people like us. And she's smiling and explaining to the women that asked her how was it. She's explaining and feeling good about the experience, knowing that she had to return back to her husband. But took my wife to see her. Took my wife to see Usher and Chris Brown. And what dumbass would allow their woman? First of all, if your woman be wanting to go to those kind of concerts, you got to figure out another plan. Like, the hell with her, because she's for the streets, man. you know. And these are the same kind of women that be getting into threesomes and threesome marriages and all that weird ass shit. Look, he's a damn devil with a tongue out and genuine be doing that same bullshit. This nigga's almost 50, if not 50, and he does the same shit, acting like a little kid on stage, dry humping women, and with man, this shit is bugged out, man. But with married women, Chris Brown kissed a married woman, you know. I think it's a different woman, might be the same woman, but this is what they do with several women, you know, different women around the states. So Most High gonna destroy their asses. They could reap judgment now, or Most High is gonna wait till the missiles come. But this is what happens in the homes of black couples, especially young black couples, and when you're young, you're in the age of experimental, being experimental, which they might get into threesomes or trying different things, and and he said himself he was suicidal at one time. He probably still is, but I'm talking about Chris Brown. But definitely, man, this is the behavior of adultery, and it is adultery, man. Even the Most High said that. Yahweh Shai said that. So like he said, have committed adultery in his heart. I'm gonna close out, man, because I wanted to talk a little about that war with Iran and some other stuff, man. And then it was said in the New Testament, Luke 18:20, thou knowest the commandments: do not commit adultery, do not kill, do not steal, do not bear false witness, honor thy father and mother. What the hell are you talking about in the New Testament? You don't have to follow the laws. The laws were done away with. Like, those are straight devils that speak that. It's straight the foul filth that comes out of their mouth. The belief comes out of their mouth. The works of the flesh. The works of the flesh are these. Our flesh are manifest, like which are these: adultery, Galatians 5:19, fornication, uncleanness, and lasciviousness. Adultery is one of them. That goes back to the law. All this goes back to the law. What did he say? Have commit adultery in his heart. I wanted to get that one. Yeah, Matthew 5:28. But I say unto you that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her hath committed adultery, these married women, with her already in his mind, in his heart which is mine. And so she'll say, well, we didn't do nothing, but that was act of adultery, because it was in his heart. He lusted after another man's wife, and actually did a performance with this woman, and he kissed that woman. Like, yeah, missiles, nothing but missiles. That's why we usually use that term a lot, missile food. And I didn't even know the camera was like this. Anyway, it ain't no justifying that, man. So, and when I mentioned the police officer, it lets you know it doesn't matter what position they are in. It could be a police officer, a lawyer, a nurse, what do you call it? Anything, a paralegal. It could be, what's that other one? I forget. But it could be all that and still do this type of stuff, on the side, and think nothing of it. Because they'd be like, well, and you do have some women out there like that. They'll go do that type of thing, but they don't have sex with the man, or, they might shake their ass all in public, but they go home and, they haven't laid down with anybody. That's still promiscuous. It's still wicked-hearted. It's still being a busybody, and it's still against, it's still against what is moral, man. So, you got these men that's with these women that show off their body, ass and titties all out. How you gonna let your wife go out like that, man? And then getting mad at a man for her showing the goods. Well, this is a step further, but it's still within the same, still within the same acts of that whole thing, man. I mean, you show your body off in public, your boobs and your buttocks out. You might as well strip on a damn pole, man. But anyway, that's fornication, man. That's adultery, man. And we already know what these celebrities do. And like I said, it's not only the women, it's the men, it's not only them, it's the young people coming up on it. It's all. And these celebrities, they done sold out. Most of these motherfuckers done sold out, man. And then they influencers too. They influence the youth coming up. Just like Beyonce's daughter, she's just like her, man. Following her footsteps, her mother's footsteps, which is her mother's a witch and her mother's a harlot. Anyway, I don't want to spend that time on that, but hey, women gonna be destroyed, man. As well as the 3rd Israel, man, women, and children, man. Straight up, like Shalom. Hope it is edifying. Giving all praises, of course, always. Exalting those names, Yahweh, or Yahweh Shai, giving all praises. By Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle, elder bishops, a great millstone. My salutations to the brothers teaching word for the hopeful elect. Soon to be elect, most high will, to the hopeful extended elect. Shalom, blessings.